Hi everyone and welcome to our cooking session. Today we're going to be making some homemade sausage rolls. So I'm going to run through our ingredients and then we can get started. So for our sausage rolls, I have brought some sausage meat that's kind of already made up, so we're not going to be doing that part, that's done for us. We're going to need some onions and some puff pastry. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot my herbs. I thought I had some mixed herbs in there, but I don't. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of coriander and basil and a bit of thyme. Not sure if those flavours are gonna work well, but I would say to use the ready mixed herbs. But I'm just going to mix them all together. Hopefully they will taste just as nice. Oh, I forgot, but we also need an egg. So we're going to start off by chopping up our onion. So here is our onion. I'm going to start by just get rid of this. Chopping an end here. An end here, then I just normally peel. So here we have our whole onion. What I'm going to do is just chop it in, oh, let me take that bit off. Chop it in half. Then I'm going to chop it up. So here I have half of a chopped onion. So once the onion is chopped how you like it, ooh, the onions are strong. Right, so once our onions are all cut, we are going to get our bowl and our pack of sausage meat. I'm just going to go and wash my hands again because I can smell the onions. If you smell your hands, woo, it's very... So what we're going to do now does get a little bit messy. So we're going to get our bowl or anything you have and we're going to get our sausage meat. We're going to put it into the bowl. I've bought 2 packs, just because there wasn't a lot in the packs that I brought. So you can use a spoon. Oh yeah, you can use a spoon to do this. So I just kind of mash it up a little bit. As you can see. And what I'm going to do is add some of the onions that I cut into the bowl. So what I'm going to do here is put them in. Then I'm going to mix it all around. So once you're happy with how it looks, I maybe should have cut my onion a little bit smaller, but now I'm going to season it with some of the mixed herbs that I've managed to get together from the cupboard. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of oregano, coriander, a little bit of basil, and a little bit of thyme. So I'm just going to mix all the herbs in. As I said before, you can buy the mixed herbs. I thought I had some in the cupboard, so I didn't, so I'm just improvising. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. A bit of salt, a bit of pepper. I'm going to mix that all around. It's looking good. So now I'm going to put my sausage meat to the side. I'm going to get my puff pastry. I'm going to grab a little bit of flour from the cupboard for the work surface. Grab a little bit of flour. My surfaces are clean. Just so that the puff pastry doesn't stick. So I have my puff pastry on the surface. I thought I was going to have to roll it out, but actually it's quite thin and it's in the shape that I wanted. So the flour wasn't that necessary as this did come on the bottom. So what we're going to do now is grab our sausage meat and our puff pastry. And what I'm going to do is put a bit of sausage meat all the way down here. We also need our egg because this will help seal the pastry. So I'm going to use my hands for this. Obviously you guys put on gloves. I help with parents and carers. So I'm going to start by just picking up a handful and putting the sausage meat. It depends how thick you want your sausage rolls. I have brought 2 packs of puff pastry, so mine are going to be quite chunky. Line it up like this with a little bit either end, just so that you can kind of fold it over. So I'm quite happy with that. So what I'm going to do here, it's quite tricky for me doing this with one hand, but I'm going to roll it like that and then roll it over until it's like this. I'm then going to get a bit of my egg. I haven't actually got a brush, so I've got to use my hands, and just put it in the creases like so. This will just help the pastry stick. I'm going to get my knife and just score along here. So it will be separate. As you can see my fold, I'm just going to flatten that down. Fold in the edges. You know, you guys do it however you want. Some people might like it open. So it's kind of in a long sausage shape. You then get your knife, preferably on a chopping board, and just cut. So this is our first sausage roll. I'm going to leave the end on that, and then you go along again, cut our sausage roll. So I'm going to go along and repeat the same thing through the whole of this pastry, and then I will show you my next stage. So now we've got our sausage rolls ready. I kind of just do this on the top to make it a little bit different, and put some egg wash on the top just to make it go nice and brown. I'm going to turn my oven on to 190 and put them in. "45 minutes later and we have some glorious homemade sausage rolls.